is Muscle Dog TV's Lindsay Gleason, your host of Fetch This News. We're here at the Tribeca Performing Arts Center in New York City, covering the 2009 NPC Eastern USA Championships, brought to you by MuscleDog.com, the ultimate bodybuilding, fitness, and training network, connecting you to a better body. Tonight, we're going to give you a behind-the-scenes look at the show's guest posers, VIPs, competitors, and judges.
What's great about the sport is the fans get treated great. Unlike other sports, the bodybuilders, Jay Cutler, you meet them, they don't act any better than you. And it's very encouraging. You come here, you see how great these guys are, the condition they're in. Sure, I'm not going to look like that, but I can still train, do the cardio. And it's been the most positive thing that's happened to me in my life, besides my family, training. It's good for you.
Bodybuilding and fitness figure is definitely some kind of brotherhood that exists there. What's your inspiration for doing these figure shows?
I always worked out in the gym, and I decided to have a main goal, and I decided to start competing last year.
Is there any fitness or figure girls that you look up to on a professional level?
I think I looked up to all the girls that compete because it takes a lot. Even if you're not at a pro level, just to get into the show shape, it takes a lot of commitment and dedication.
Well, that's definitely true, and good luck with your show night. You look great.
Thank you very much.
What's your biggest inspiration?
Just basically staying in shape. You know, I played sports when I was growing up, and always loved being active and healthy, and it just helps to really, keep active, healthy, and just training. I love to train, and this is nothing motivates you like a bodybuilding show. So,
what was the first thing that made you decide to do a show?
I just got done wrestling in college, and I had a local guy at a gym who ran a show who looked at me in the gym and said, "Hey, you do a pretty good job." And I went in the show and won a junior Lehigh Valley in Pennsylvania, and I've been doing it ever since.
Would you find that maybe a social network online could possibly help you achieve your goals through like journals and dieting?
I definitely went on the internet just to see tips from other people, so that was really helpful. There's a lot of things that I learned because this is actually my first show, so I didn't have a lot of help. I had one good friend that helped me a lot, so the internet was really helpful.
Have you gone online or used any online databases or support networks for your show, or would you use something like that?
Absolutely. Why not? If it's out there, I'd use it.
Do you depend on other bodybuilders to give you feedback or to help you with any of your show contests?
Well, that's what the nature of the beast is learning from your own experience and also of others. So absolutely, yeah, forums, all that stuff that allow you to have that information move forward, definitely, yes.
I'm here with one of our figure competitors. What class are you competing in tonight?
In the A class.
Oh, I hear that's a tough class, but I'm sure you'll do good. You look great.
Yeah, there's quite a few women in it, but I'm feeling really good and feeling very privileged to be on the stage with so many women who worked so hard.
I'm 42 years old. I'll be competing in the Masters heavyweight and the super heavyweight class also.
What was your inspiration to first start doing bodybuilding shows?
My father brought home the VHS tape of Pumping Iron. Honestly, yeah. I can't lie about that. Yeah.
And how many shows have you competed in so far?
I would say this is my 12th or 13th show.
And have you found that social connections with other bodybuilders has helped you get ready at all?
Oh, without a doubt, because you're sharing a common interest. It's a very self-centered sport, but it's also, a lot of people put the emphasis on it that it's actually an individual sport, but it's a team effort also, with the effort that we put in the gym, discussing diets with one another, doing cardio with other people and so forth like that. Yeah, it's definitely much more of a community, I should say, than a subculture.
Yeah, bodybuilding, fitness figures, definitely a community and a special group of dedicated people for sure.
Yes, and it's almost an obsession, but we have to channel that towards people that are secure with themselves and not egotistical, because unfortunately, too many times this overwhelms people with their insecurities. And instead of strengthening themselves from the inside out, they strengthen themselves from the outside in. And they view their life through pride and ego, not their heart and their soul, because it's all like vain. If we were to do things the right way, from the inside out, we'd be all much better off.
Well, it sounds like you definitely do bodybuilding from the heart. It's great talking to you. You look great.
Thank you very much.
This is the NPC Eastern. It's at the end of the year. You can qualify for the Nationals. The Nationals is next week, I believe. And this is like a prep up for some of the guys that are going to be competing next week. But this is one of the best shows that gets a lot of exposure, brings a lot of the competitors from around the country to compete at these shows, because Steve always has the best shows, and it gets a lot of not only competitors but the public and the general public to come out and see. He always put out a good show, and it's the place to be.
I'm here with Steve Weinberger, promoter of the NPC Eastern USA Championships. Looks like a great turnout tonight, Steve. Can you tell us a little bit about your show?
It was our best turnout ever for the Eastern USA. We had 270 competitors. Kai Green was our guest poser, and as you could hear in the background, it's still going on. And next week's the Nationals, and this was a great show.
There have been a lot of people talking about your show that we've interviewed, and everyone seems to think that this is one of the best shows. Everyone's really excited. I actually think that they ran out of tickets at one point. Can you tell us a little bit about the show's history? It's kind of a big deal.
This is the second year in a row we've sold out, and it's always a big deal because it's 1 week before the Nationals, so a lot of guys get into the show tuning up for the Nationals. And also what helped the show is the new addition of the bikini class. So we got a whole bunch of new girls that compete now that we've never had before.
Well, it definitely seems like all the competitors really enjoy competing. You put on a fantastic show. Is there anything else you'd like to share with our Muscle Dog viewers?
I'd like to thank Muscle Dog for coming, and hope I see you guys in April at the Mets.
Thanks a lot, Steve. It was great talking with you.
You too. Thank you. Bye.
I'm here with Bev Francis, an IFBB bodybuilder and actually a living legend in women's bodybuilding sport. Bev, can you tell us when you got started in bodybuilding?
Well, I actually competed for the first time in 1983, and that was for the movie Pumping Iron 2. I wasn't a bodybuilder before that. I was actually a powerlifter and a track and field athlete. I mean, I always was interested in bodybuilding, and I was invited to compete. Mainly for the movie, it was just as an example of a muscular woman, because in those days there weren't that many really muscular women around, and I developed a lot of muscle bulk doing the powerlifting. Yeah.
Well, you're still in amazing shape. When you first decided to start working out, what initially sparked your interest in bodybuilding and just lifting weights in general?
Well, I started lifting weights actually to help track and field. But I always had an incredible admiration for strength, especially physical strength. I'd been a dancer as a young girl, and just strength was just something that I always admired, and I loved the feeling of being strong. Once I started lifting weights, I found that it was something that I was naturally good at, and just the feeling of lifting heavier and heavier weights was just something I loved. And I guess just the physique, also just the idea and the Greek statues and muscular bodies, just always held a fascination for me.
Well, you're definitely a pioneer for women bodybuilding sport and an icon for any woman bodybuilder that there is today. Thank you so much for talking with me.
Oh, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Well, there you have it. This is Lindsay Gleason signing off for Muscle Dog TV. Don't forget to check out our next Fetch This video in the upcoming months. And do not forget to check out our website, muscledog.com. Fitness is our lifestyle. Make it yours.